Welcome to the Small Business Podcast series, where every week we're interviewing small business owners that support the small business community. And guess a lot of you listening, and I know for a fact there are some people listening that are trying to get started and they want to ramp up fast. Our guest today helps you get started from the ground up. If you're afraid of sales, if you're afraid of doing reach outs, stay tuned because the roadmap is coming. Welcome, Katie Nelson, the sales catalyst, to podcast. Katie, welcome to the show.
Hey, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Give us a quick intro. What does your business do? What problems do you solve outside of what I just talked about? And why did you name it why are you called the Sales Catalyst?
I love that. I am a business and sales coach, and I work with service-based business owners that are looking to get to specifically $250,000 as fast as they can have their hair blown back. And what I do, like how I do that, is through masterminds and coaching. It is highly focused on sales. I'm called the Sales Catalyst because they're over the course of the almost 10 years that I've been in this business, I get the feedback, Katie, I had such an amazing call with you and you wouldn't believe it. You'd be so proud of me. I just landed a client. And so just talking to me about sales and the challenges that my clients have tends to become a catalytic converter for their revenue. And of course, the name of my company is Sales Uprising. And it's very specific to my target market, Jason. I don't know if you have the experience yourself, but a lot of people have mind demons and misconceptions and fear in regards to selling the sales life cycle, they as a salesperson. And I literally want them to close their eyes, picture them grabbing pitchforks and throwing their hands in their air up against their own sales demons. And I want them to have a sales uprising.
That is so awesome. And I love the energy today. What is it that inspired you to become the Sales Catalyst? What is it that inspired you to start Sales Uprising?
The inspiration was I have owned two previous startup companies that I co-owned, and I got fired from one of them that I owned. And so I had all this time on my hands. So I had all this time to decide what I loved and took all of the experience of growing a $6 million run rate business in 2.5 years, getting a moment to think about what my life could look like if I didn't do that, because I didn't do that anymore. And what I realized is sales is something that I absolutely love. I've been doing it for 35 years. I started doing it because both my parents own their own business. I never would have thought I would be an entrepreneur. I know this stuff is hard. And I think that's actually why I went in sales, because the sales function helps businesses. So as an adult with two businesses under my belt, the concept of give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, you'll feed him for a lifetime, really speaks to me because I believe so strongly in the small business world in our country.
We were talking before the show and I think everybody deals with demons, right? Everybody has that, oh man, I have to talk to people to sell stuff. What would you tell somebody that is struggling with that right now? That is I cannot figure out how to pick up the phone and call people or send them an email, or even I'm sending emails and I'm not getting any responses. And maybe those are two different answers. I'm not sure.
Sometimes yes and sometimes no. Honestly, when you're first getting started, so imagine yourself way back in the day, Jason. Both you and I have been there before, where maybe you've gotten one or two clients and now you're like, okay, now what? Right? So the easiest place to start when you're looking to start your revenue engines is to talk to the clients that you just supported, get their testimonial in regards to the amazing work that you do. Once you hear that, you actually can utilize the energy from the clients. You just delivered this amazing service to them and utilize that as energy to boost you out of fear mode, scared mode, to pick up the phone and make those calls. Now, and it could be a bunch of different things. If you're looking for the languaging, if you think in your head, I know that there's keywords that salespeople use to negotiate deals or arm wrestle someone into paying them or whatever you think of a sales function, I'm going to tell you, you're wrong. At its base, sales is literally creating connection and then solving problems. The only thing that really gets you stuck is asking for business. The good news is you have a yes deal or a no deal way before you ever ask. So if you want to know the process of that, we can get into it. But ultimately, you're just looking to connect with people in the beginning, get vibes. Do these people even need the support of whatever you're like? Are you hanging out in places where people need your solution? If not, go find another group of people. That'll help.
Oh, I love that feedback. It's such great input, and to be able to say to just go where your customers, clients, whoever you want to serve, hang out.
We call it the $1,000,000 question.
It could be the local coffee shop. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be anywhere that is easy to have a conversation with somebody that says, what, what, or just listen to what they have to say. What are they struggling with?
I used to do a presentation about sales, and it had, I'm a relatively like make it simple kind of person. And it literally had a picture of ears and a mouth. And how many ears do we have? And how many mouths do we have for a very specific reason? The key to selling has to do with your ears. It doesn't, the reason why you're scared is because you don't know what to say about you that's going to make them like you. How about you just ask them about them instead? And then you don't have to worry about it. My clients that come to me and say, "But Katie, I'm introverted. I'm an introvert, so I don't like to have conversations." That's not true. I know introverts. I hang out with introverts all the time. Percentage wise, introverts sell better than extroverts. Sorry, extroverts. Uh, and it's because introverts love listening.
Yep. Absolutely agree with that statement and know that fact very well.
Yep.
Hey, real quick. Did you know that most small businesses don't actually achieve their breakthrough? And it's not because you don't care. It's all because you're trying to do it alone. That's why I created the Momentum Community, is to help you change that. I want to see you achieve the breakthrough that you've been waiting for. It's where we committed entrepreneurs come and get focused, get accountable, and finally build a business and life that you are meant for. If you want to learn more, click the link in the description below and enjoy the rest of the episode. As you've been growing your business over the course, and you've had multiple, it sounds like, and so you've been through these challenges, what would you say is the biggest challenge that you've had to overcome in growing your own business?
Oh gosh, it's nothing that y'all who are listening haven't gone through. Think about think about a person who owns a company called Sales Uprising, and she's been in her business and she's done well, and then she comes out with a new service offering. It's under the same umbrella, but it's brand new. If you don't think that I have the same like, "Oh my gosh, is this going to work?" questions about it until I actually do it. Of course I do. It's brand new. I've never done it. It's clean, it's shiny. Nobody's given me feedback. I haven't had any conversations about it. Nobody's given me observations or better yet, objections. No, you know what, Katie? That's not really for me. How I get better at selling a new thing and getting over my fears is by hearing what people say. It's not about me. None of my business is about me. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about the impact that I have and the actual solutions that I provide. And that's true for everybody that both you and I deal with daily, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's go into this. You and I do coaching, like
Yes.
at the core of it, right? We do
Yes.
coaching, and coaching is becoming this very busy space. And it's this space that a lot of people have become hesitant to jump into because there's so much sales and marketing out there, mostly marketing, that is just hitting them with stuff, right? They're getting blasted with things. And so it's just like, shut it off, shut it off. So what differentiates you from all of that noise?
What a great question. Uh, for as loud as I am, meaning I am an advocate for my clients, I'm not a noisemaker. So, what I advocate for small businesses, regardless of whether or not they're my clients, is for them to find the people that they can be in a quiet space with, meaning they don't feel like they have to listen to the opinions of everybody in the Chamber of Commerce and their local coffee shop about how they should grow their business. At the end of the day, do those people even really know what they're talking about? Don't forget, humans love to help. So, they're just trying to help, and it has the ability to actually keep you broke forever. So I don't advocate for easy paths. I've done this 3 times. I've started a business from scratch 3 times. It doesn't get easier, right? So even when you have a blueprint, a set of steps to take that get you from one place to the next, absolutely, that part's easier. You're like, yep, I know where this is, I know where this is, and I know where this is. But the business itself is brand new. You in the business are brand new. So you have to, there's nothing to it but to do it. You can't get through it unless you do it. Like, let me bring out my Dr. Seuss book. There is no easy button. There is no quick get rich schemes. Like, those aren't my people. I don't, I think if I had to put a statistic to it, which means it's not real because I'm creating it, I know of 1-2% of the people that I talk to on a regular basis think that get rich quick schemes are real. The predominant majority of the people that I deal with have a burning interest in being able to take care of themselves and their family through the business that they create. And they believe they have an expertise. They have an expertise. They're already the expert in whatever it is they do. The bookkeeper, the IT services people, like the coaches, there is an expertise that is already there. They're not generating it out of nothing, and they just want to provide solutions and be able to, pay their rent and their mortgage at the end of the day. It's not real complicated. And if we do it right, hey, we actually get amazing long-term health insurance too, maybe a couple of
Absolutely.
vacations.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. What is a recent um project or initiative or client success story maybe that is something that has reminded you like, yep, this is exactly why I'm in this business?
Thank you for asking. So every year I host a retreat. And retreat is another word like coaching. That's an interesting space, but it's a strategic business planning retreat. So it doesn't involve a lot of yoga. And uh, this year, the group of business owners that were with me in Philadelphia, uh, when my client stood up to say, I've been in this program and I've generated the 250K that Katie said I would if I worked with her, and I did the work. And I had over $1 million of humans and their revenue standing up in my room. That hit me. Like, I'll get emotional about that. Like, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So it's out there, listeners. Like there's the possibility if you can put in the work, but nowhere in any dictionary ever written has that it says does the words entrepreneurship and easy go together.
That's funny. I thought you were going to say, does success come before work? Right. Or like, it just doesn't, it's not a thing.
It requires effort, and it requires the effort in which you are most afraid of, most likely to be able to dive in and say, that's the way we want to go. It's the way we have to go. I don't want to go down there. It's dark and scary, cave, hole, chasm, whatever you want to call it. But that is the place you have to go because it's uncomfortable. You'll grow
Uh,
past it and you'll never regret it.
You would call we call it like the Murphy's law of entrepreneurship, right? The exact thing that you're afraid of is the exact place that you will find your success. And there's like Murphy's law of sales. There's Murphy's law is wildly applicable. The thing is that entrepreneurship is wildly difficult, and it's because in my experience, the reason how I define it being difficult is we're required to do a lot of things that we may not have expertise in at the exact moment that we're putting forward a solution where we are an expert. So it creates a lot of cognitive dissonance in the individual who's trying to run a business, be an expert, be a business owner, and doesn't really know what that means. Uh, and so I get that. So the hack for me is just be confident in the things you're confident in. At the end of the day, while it's lovely to say we own businesses, as we're starting them, we're a technician in our business, right? I'm sure you've talked to your clients, the E-Myth Revisited,
Mhm.
technician, the manager, the CEO. When you start, if you're bootstrapping your business, you are a technician. Yes, you have to plan time to be a manager and you have to plan CEO time. But for your clients, they don't that is not their problem. They don't care. They wanna believe you when you say, "I can fix this for you. I can help you with this. I can support you through this," right? If you specialize in my problem, I believe you, so do that. Everything else is your problem. So, find the space where you can be confident. So many of my people say, "Katie, I just wanna have the same confidence as you." And I'm like, great. Let me give you the 3 ways to do that. You grab all of the courage you possibly can muster, the type of courage that you give your kids when they're scared of monsters under the bed. And you tell them, they're not real. They're not real. I want you to check to see if they're real. I want you to be courageous. I want you to be brave. So I want that for all of you. And then I want you to do the thing. I want you to do it so much that it's like breathing. Once you get to that point, you don't feel so scared anymore. And you're now wildly competent in this thing that you say you're competent in. So, where's the cognitive dissonance? None there. And as soon as you realize that, you can walk into any room with all of the confidence and it's real. It's not faking it till you make it. It's not any of those things. You can walk in as 100% authentically you, whatever that is for your business and brand, and be confident. But you have to do the work to get there. You can't. Otherwise, you guys, humans are the best BS detectors ever. Like, we just are. You know it. Jason was talking about it, right? All of those coaches that are hawking all of the easy things. The reason why people buy it is because they want to believe it. They're hopeful that it's true. What if there is a shortcut? I should check out to see if there are any shortcuts. Or we can just say, I can't name a time in my life in which a shortcut has actually worked out for me. And if I take a look at my own personal data, there are times when I took shortcuts that maybe I wish I didn't anymore. So if I really want to do this thing, how about I buckle down, invest the time in me and my success to do this right?
Yeah,
Did I say too
absolutely.
much?
You're doing great. Like, it's awesome. That's the whole thing about it. Now, with that, you lead me in that you're the best BS. You comments about humans are the best BS detectors, and sales is changing. Marketing is changing with the evolution of AI and how it's progressing. Where do you see the future of sales going? Where you can't just get leads by reaching out in emails or on LinkedIn anymore because it's become so noisy. Everybody just goes, nope, I don't want to talk to you. I'm not listening. Spam, 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 spam.
I love
What's
this question. Can I ask you, did you notice that you called leads sales? So Jason's laughing right now. If you guys can't see his face, leads is a marketing thing. Now, leads are what potentially turn into sales, but this is part of the challenge, the education between the two business operations called marketing and sales. And they are conflated all the time, which just means they're confused with each other. We have vice president. Anybody coming from corporate who had a vice president of sales and marketing, just to let you know, that poor person had two whole jobs. Two whole jobs, because those are two separate business functions. The function of marketing is to get you potential dollars. It will always be a cost to your business. Marketing is not a money making thing. Sorry, marketing, but you know it's true. Sales is the only operation within your business that puts dollars in the bank account. So, if we look at it like that, as far as where I see the future of sales going, It's going into the same places it's been since time began. And that has to do with human connection. I love AI, which, let's be clear, is a sentence I never thought I would say in my whole life. You can ask my team. Like, I get paranoid about stuff like that. I'm like, who's AI? Like, did you see the movie She? Like, I don't want any of these things. Like, I don't, that's weird. And in overcoming my own fear and paranoia of a tool, I've been able to utilize it in my business, which is the purpose. With that being said, it can only boost my visibility from a marketing perspective. AI doesn't sell my stuff. I sell my stuff. Now, again, I'm in a services based business, right? So I don't sell shoes, mittens, products of any kinds. I don't sell iPhones. I don't sell water bottles. The sales life cycle and strategy of selling products is wildly different than selling services. Think of a CPA. That person holds a super important function as your business grows, right? And you're dealing with more taxes, more money. It's important to have your books clean and clear. I'm not going to want to have somebody looking at my finances that I don't know. No offense to all of the awesome strangers that I don't know that are out there that could do that function for me, but that's a little personal. So I want the best person that I know. The only way I can do that is connect with humans. So the sales function is probably the oldest function in existence, and the technology's already set. It's already at its peak. It's perfect.
I love it. I love it. And thank you so much for adding into the clarity of the conversation around between marketing and sales and continuing to drive the conversation forward. Katie, it has been a fantastic conversation. I've loved it so much, but we do have to wrap things up here with our lightning round as much as I don't want to. But the lightning round is exciting. It's questions, one single hitting questions, quick hitting questions. And we'll start it off with coffee or tea?
Coffee,
How about cats or dogs?
both.
If you could grab only one weapon or item during a zombie apocalypse, what would it be?
A hatchet.
The shock and awe, if you're not watching this on YouTube, of the face of Katie's was fantastic for this one. So I just had to point that out for the listeners out there that aren't watching this on YouTube.
I really never thought of that, but I was trying to think about the things that my husband tells me kill zombies. So that's what I was trying to. Did I get it right? Was it a hatchet?
Yeah.
Like, don't you want something to cut off their head?
Everybody it gets their own answer, and it's up
Okay.
to you guys. So the it's the best question I've got in the whole list.
That's amazing.
Now we go to the lighter side of things. How about a favorite quote or phrase of thing that you think about often?
Oh gosh. I, it's your money, honey. That's it's your money. You worked for it.
Yeah, very good. How about a
Mhm.
book that has influenced your life the most?
I carry them with me all the time. One of my absolute favorites that our pre-conversation made me think about is a book called Essentialism: The Disciplined Pursuit of Less by Greg McKeown. A great, fantastic book. Also good for business owners, just to help us keep
Yes,
amazing focus.
it is a fantastic book. And how about the biggest obstacle you have had to overcome and one lesson you have learned from it?
Myself, I'm always going to be my biggest obstacle. There's nobody else that can provide me with that opportunity. And the lesson that I learned from it is to ask for help. Reach out to the support systems that you've created and be like, okay, I don't know how to do this. Can you help me?
Excellent. Katie, again, such a great conversation. How can our listeners learn more about Katie Nelson, the Sales Catalyst, or Sales Uprising?
Well, thank you for asking. If people are looking for easy to do sales mindset tricks, hacks, tips, all of that fun stuff, they can go to my YouTube page, Sales Uprising. There are 2 seasons of a series called Feed the Fire. Super quick, a minute and a half bites. If you're looking to connect with me further, you can always email me at hello@Sales Uprising. Connect with me on LinkedIn at Katie Nelson or Sales Uprising. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram at Sales Uprising.
Excellent. All of that information will be located in the show notes. And I want to thank Katie again for being on the show. Think about the context of what it takes to grow your business from 0 to 250,000. If you're stuck in that spot, reach out to Katie and get some help. It sounds like she has a fantastic program out there and is so dialed in with it that it sounds very, but just the energy alone help you continue to progress every week as you're trying to make your business get off the ground. That catalyst is sometimes all you need to be able to make your business successful. If you found value in this episode, we'd love to hear about it. Post in the comments. If you would like to hear more of this podcast, there are episodes located up here if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening, the links in the description. Until next time.